Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you a powerful method for making women like you more, but let me warn you, this approach can be dangerous if misused, so use it responsibly. I learned this technique by combining the basic principles of hypnotherapy, which I studied during my final semester of my master's in psychology, with a method called subconscious hacking, introduced by Derek. Now, before you get too excited, the first thing you need to understand is that hypnosis in real life is nothing like what you see in the movies or on stage. You know those scenes where someone snaps their fingers and the subject goes into a deep sleep? That's pure fantasy, mate. In psychology, hypnosis is much more subtle and realistic. It's about planting suggestions in the subconscious mind, but not in an instant or dramatic way like in those shows. Hypnosis works gradually. It is about repeating suggestions over time until they start to take effect. It usually takes several sessions for the person to experience the desired effect. In other words, real hypnosis is a slow process that unfolds over time, rather than something that happens instantly. Now, this concept can be applied to interactions with women. What I'm talking about here is a method of subtly planting suggestions in a girl's mind every time you interact with her. Each time you meet, these suggestions get stronger and stronger until eventually she begins to develop feelings for you. This isn't about manipulation or trickery. It's about understanding how emotions work and how to use them effectively. The technique is called practicing emotional fluctuations, and the idea is to create an emotional roller coaster for her, which can lead to her feeling more attached to you. Think about it, brother. You've probably experienced this emotional roller coaster yourself. Do you remember the feeling of satisfaction when you finally beat a difficult game after losing several times? It's much more rewarding than winning an easy game, isn't it? Or take another example, watching a sports match. If your favorite team wins in a dramatic comeback after being down for most of the game, it feels much more exciting and satisfying than a simple one-sided victory. Here's the interesting part. Women experience these emotional highs and lows even more intensely than men. Studies like the one by JNE show that women are biologically wired to feel these emotional fluctuations more deeply. That's why many women, even in stable relationships, crave a certain amount of drama. They want to feel those emotional highs and lows, even when things are going well, just to get that emotional satisfaction. So here's the key. If you can be the guy who creates that emotional roller coaster for her, she'll subconsciously start to associate you with that rush of emotion. Over time, she'll become addicted to it, and that can lead to her wanting to spend more time with you because being around you makes her feel alive and emotionally fulfilled. So how do you put this into practice? There are two main methods you can use depending on your strengths. If you're someone who's good at talking, you can lead the interaction yourself. But if you're not so good at talking, then your job is to guide them to tell their own stories. Either way, the goal is the same, to create an emotional journey. Let's start with the method for those who are not good at speaking. In this case, you'll want to be an excellent listener. And I don't mean just any listener. You need to be attentive, empathetic, and fully engaged in the conversation. Here's how to do it. While you're having a casual conversation, ask her about the happiest experience she's ever had. Let her describe it in as much detail as possible. Your role is to listen actively and show empathy. Nod, ask follow-up questions, and make her feel heard. As she relives this happy moment, her emotions will rise and she'll start to feel good. When she's finished, take a short pause or smooth transition and then ask her about the saddest experience she's had. Encourage her to share the details and allow her to fully express her feelings. The more emotional she gets, the better. because at this point her emotional state will be at a low ebb. Then, once she's in this low emotional state, bring her back up by asking her about something positive. Perhaps her hobbies, her proudest achievements, or the people she loves most. As she talks about these, her emotions will rise again, and she'll feel that emotional high. If you keep doing this every time you meet, she'll start to unconsciously associate you with these emotional highs and lows, and she'll start to feel attracted to you and want to experience that emotional satisfaction over and over again. Now, for those of you who are more confident in your conversational skills, the method is similar, but with a slight twist. Instead of getting her to tell you stories, you'll share your own experiences. Start by telling her about a positive moment in your life, perhaps a funny memory with a close friend. Then move smoothly into a sad or difficult part of that story. For example, you could tell her that the friend has died and talk about the lessons or wisdom they left behind. This way, you're still leading the conversation through emotional highs and lows, but through your own narrative. In both cases, whether you're listening or sharing, the goal is the same: to create emotional fluctuations that keep her engaged and emotionally invested in the conversation. If you do this consistently, she'll begin to associate you with emotional depth and fulfillment, and over time, that connection can grow into something more. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I'm not handsome or rich or tall. And that's where you're wrong, mate. Confidence is the key. No amount of technique can help you if you don't believe in yourself. It's not about looks or money. It's about how you carry yourself and your attitude. If you're still stuck in the belief that you're not good enough, no technique will work. You need to shift your focus to self-improvement. Work on your confidence, your goals, and your personal growth. Stop dwelling on what you don't have and start building the life you want. Remember, there's a self-improvement checklist and hundreds of instructional videos on this channel to help you become the best version of yourself. You've got this, bro. I believe in you. Focus on your growth. Stay motivated. And soon you'll not only be attracting women, but becoming the quality man you're meant to be. Stay strong, keep working hard, and good luck.